Everybody, Scout Crafter here again, second video today. 1957, Ted Neff, N-E-F-F, designed a pretty cool adjustable box wrench. And you know how adjustables, some of their problems is they can slip off the nut and something. He developed an adjustable box wrench. It's been reproduced a couple times since then. Actually, he developed a second patent in 1999 of the same wrench, a little bit different, but we have the 57 model. And let's go check it out. Now, before we demonstrate and use these, there's a couple things. I have a little, these are just quick cleanups. There's nothing wrong with these wrenches, but I just want to get rid of a couple issues here. And the knurling on this one, you can see it's probably a zinc coating, a zinc casting or something like that. That has to be addressed, and we'll polish up the threads just to make these work better. But I want to demonstrate these and show how they work. And let's get to it. Okay, we're finished. That was a quick cleanup. Basically, we just took off any of the rust or anything like that. These tools are readily available. You can still find these in almost NOS condition. This adjuster box, I think the early 50 models, 1957 or so, didn't have the patent number on there, so it looked like that. This was flat. They made these. They were real popular in the 70s and 80s, and you could see how this actually operates. Capacity, it goes from quite small all the way up. You would want that to stay within this bar here, so about there would be a good, and that's over maybe 1.25 inches or something. So it's a really interesting wrench. I've never used it before, so we're going to give it a try on the nut tester today. But we have the 12-inch model here, we have the 8-inch model here. I don't know if they made any 6-inch model for. I can't even imagine, because, like I said, it really goes down low. You know, you could use it on smaller nuts. You could use it on larger nuts. The same wrench. Interesting design. I don't know if my European friends have seen this over there too much, but it's called the adjuster box. They're all over eBay. You can get them cheap. And let's go check it out. Okay, just a refresher in case you don't know, the regular wrench, this is a combination wrench, and they call it that because it has a box end on one side, box meaning closed, and an open end on one side. When you put an open end wrench onto a nut, this is an 11/16 nut, you're only touching the two corners here, okay? Only two corners of that nut is touching. So if you had a really stubborn nut, there's a chance you could strip these two corners, because again, there's only two touching. That's why the box wrench is so much preferable for stubborn nuts, because this is a 12-point box wrench, and it's gripping on all 6 of those points. Each one of those points is being gripped by one of those parts of the wrench, so you have much less of a chance of stripping that nut. Now, with the adjuster box, their figure was that this will contact 4 points, so that's twice as many as the box end, the open end of the box end. But you can see here, it works very well as far as gripping the nut itself, and you can tighten this up that you don't have hardly any slippage. So it does feel like it really would do a nice job as far as not stripping the nut. It is a little bulky because it's a little large, but if you had a nut that you didn't want to strip and you wanted to get this wrench in there, you could do it. What's nice about the 8-inch model, the 8-inch model also adjusts for this 11/16 nut. So you could see here, and it works really well. It's I'm surprised these didn't take off more than they did. Again, a little bit bulky this way, but it really does give a good grip, and there's absolutely no play the way this is made. So I really like it. Of the two wrenches, I think the 8-inch side would be my favorite, and you can see why. Here is a variance of nuts, and you can see, you know, we slip it over, snug it up just a little bit. It don't have to be too tight, because again, you get those 4 corners grabbing, so you can see how that works very nicely. And then if we went all the way down to the smallest nut and just snugged it up like this, and you could see it grips on here nicely. So overall, I think it's a very interesting design. So in closing, that's the just a little review of these adjust-a-box wrenches. And this one here, you can see it's forged alloy steel. So they're substantial wrenches. They don't seem cheap at all. They seem to work good. I actually like them, especially if you have a nut that you're afraid that you might strip, you know, just to break it or something. It's not going to replace every wrench, but it definitely is a pretty interesting design and invention. Thanks very much for tuning in. Hope you have a nice weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.